Hey guys, if you watched my last video, we got a puppy. That was some pretty big news around here. And if you were really paying attention, then you know all the names of my kids from watching that video. I felt like that kind of set the stage to have a proper introduction. So if you've ever wondered what the G in Farmer G stood for, stick around. I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. So I just hit a milestone, guys. I've got 100 videos up on YouTube. That kind of seems a little crazy to me. It's quite a library that I've started to build. I realized the more I do this, the more that family starts creeping into these videos, and everybody's made a cameo pretty much here and there. So let's kind of cover all the bases. To start with, I've got 10 acres of my own. Next door is where my parents live. Their own property is 12 acres, and that's Mimi, Poppy, and Uncle Curdy living over there. So let's talk about Farmer J. She's hijacked the channel twice and made 2 complete videos all on her own. Now, I like to call her Jamie. My oldest son, his name is George. A year and a half down the road, we had twins. Now, if you look up in the name dictionaries, George means farmer. We had George, and then when we knew we were gonna have twins, we started going through a baby name dictionary, and we came across the name Forrest. We immediately agreed to that. Then we're starting to think, well, we've got a son named George, that means farmer, and then we've got one named Forrest, land, and I was thinking, what does a farmer need? He needs 2 essential things. He needs land and water. So with that in mind, then we came up with the name River. Back in 2013, that year I had raised, processed, and had our own turkey for Thanksgiving dinner. Not only that, but the garden that we had was way bigger than anything I've ever shown you here on YouTube. We were canning, we had 2 flocks of chickens, plus we were doing rabbits. And me and Jamie were still living next door. That's before we had this place, so it was before kids and a mortgage. We had a lot of time to focus on those things. But at that time, right around there, that's when my dad started calling me Farmer G. So I had the nickname Farmer G years before I ever did a YouTube video. So at this point, guys, I've got about 170,000 views. You know, there's a good number of comments that have come along with that. In all of that, I've really only been called 1 derogatory name, so you guys have really been nice to me overall. Some of the names you guys have come up with, we've got MacGyver, Midnight Gardener, FG, Mr. G, feel free to lay that one on thick. And the one by far and large that everyone refers to me as is G, which makes all the sense in the world because my name is George, and I've always been called G this, G that. Now that you know my name is George, you realize my son's name is George. Let me put the brakes on. He's not a junior, I'm a junior. There's actually 5 Georges in this string of George. Now my dad, we're the only 2 that share the same middle name, so technically I'm the only one that can be called Junior. Since the middle names have changed, the Roman numerals don't go along with it. But bottom line, there's 5 Georges. We refer to my son as G5. So there's G5, there's Farmer G, there's Poppy. And one final thing I'm sure you're all dying to know, what's the name of the puppy? The kids are obsessed with tractors. When you get into tractors, you've got graders, you've got loaders, and you've got diggers. Puppy's name is Digger. So thanks for watching, guys. It's nice to meet you, YouTube. My name's George. Feel free to call me what you will. I mean, hey, it's the internet. You can call me anything.